In this video, we're going to go over how to fill out the basic information or the dataset level metadata on the EcoSIS data importer site. After creating a dataset, the first thing you'll need to do is assign a unique human readable title. For this dataset, we're going to use an example that's an existing dataset on EcoSIS called Fresh Leaf Spectra to estimate leaf morphology and biochemistry for northern temperate forests. So you want your title to give other EcoSIS users an idea of what your dataset contains. Next, you're going to want to give a short description about what kind of data your dataset contains and maybe some information on the data collection process. So, for example, in this dataset, we have a description that explains what the target of the measurements were, what kind of instrumentation was used, a little bit about methodology, and also some information regarding the ancillary data collected. Next, you're going to want to assign some keywords to your data set. These words are on the search side are searchable and help make your data set discoverable. So for this example, we're going to use some words regarding the chemical constituents that were measured along with the spectral data. And you can also include species names and really anything else that you feel you want to be included as a keyword. The next field to fill out is the theme of the data set. So you can fill out a theme, what kind of ecosystem, and also assign some keywords from the NASA Global Change Master Directories. The next drop-down menu is measurements, where you give information about what the measurements were taken on. For example, leaf, it was live. And then some information regarding what the measurements are taken with, like the light source was, optic information, and you can fill this in. You'll notice that some of the fields have stars. And these are considered to be kind of the minimum of what you need to fill out for the data set. You obviously try to fill in as much as possible, but really if you focus on the starred categories. And you'll notice on the top that there's a counter that shows out of the 43 possible fields how many you have filled in. You obviously try to fill in as many as possible just to make it easier for other users to fully understand the scope of your data set and understand how the data was collected and what kind of data the data set contains. So next is some information regarding the processing of the data. For example, was it averaged, resampled, interpolated, and then any other details you can provide. Some information regarding the instruments. And you just try to provide as much information as you can. Next, you can assign a location for where the data was collected. And you can give a name to the location, draw a bounding box. You can link resources and papers, and this is really helpful if there was a paper that was published using the data that is provided in this EcoSIS dataset, then you can provide that paper either with a link or with a DOI so that other EcoSIS users can see what kind of research came out of the data that was provided here. And you can also give links to websites that provide information that are pertinent to the dataset. And then citation is how others will cite your EcoSIS dataset. And EcoSIS will pull information that you've given and create a citation that other users can use when using the data. For example, it'll automatically insert an author, a year, and so you just try to fill in as much as possible. And for citation DOI, after you've created the data set and filled it in with different resources and etc., you can apply for a EcoSIS DOI so that when others cite your data, they can also cite the DOI for the data set, which is a nice feature. So now we can take a look at what a completed data set would look like. Description, keywords, with everything filled in. We can see that we did a pretty good job, 41 out of 43. And now you can create your data set. And we can go back and look over our basic information, and now we see another field, dataset DOI. So after we have all of the required fields, we can apply for a DOI for the data set, and which this particular data set has a DOI applied, and now you can see under citation a nice DOI that other EcoSIS users can cite your data set with. So this was filling out the basic information tab on the EcoSIS importer site. Thank you.